I just want people to have awareness of what they're eating, when they go to a restaurant, and be picky about their tortillas, Just like they're picky about pizza, I want people to be picky about their tortillas. I think most people in New York have yet to discover or experience a true tortilla.
Hi, I'm Diana Montaño.
And I'm Zack Wangeman, and together we're the owners here at Sobre Masa, based in Bushwick, Brooklyn.
We met 13 years ago when we were in high school.
Yeah, we've always been really good friends, and when we started Sobre Masa, hand pressing all those tortillas, it kind of almost started as a joke of like, hey, you should move to New York City and help us. And then she was like, okay. And I'm like, oh, okay,
For me, first seeing him oh yeah, let's make you a tortilla, and then seeing the tortilla puff, I was like, oh man, this guy knows what he's doing. So, yeah.
And then she went back, but for her stuff.
Yeah.
Sobre Masa is a tortilleria, restaurant, and bar. We specialize in working with heirloom corn and their producers, and we try to do that as much as possible, from the decor, going from local artists, to the coffee that we also get from small producers in Mexico. So everything we do is, in one way or another, we're trying to empower Mexican producers. But it's important for us to work with people out of Mexico because we want the wealth to stay in Mexico.
I think the quality of tortilla depends 100% of the corn.
This is where we store our corn. We store it in the dining room, and right now we have it divided between coffee and corn. But right now we have varietals of chalqueño, which is from the state of Mexico, blue corn. And then we also have two different colors of bolita. We have the yellow and the white. Tomorrow we're gonna do bolita amarillo, which is what I'm gonna open up right now. Here we go, this is the bolita amarillo. It's shiny, it's clean, it's consistent in size, it's been processed very well. Sobre masa, it translates to about masa, right? Sobre about, but it's also play on words. Sobre masa from sobre mesa. Sobre mesa is a conversation you have after dinner. So sobre masa is kind of like a play on words on that. And then it's also, about masa, which is, what we are about. Everything here is an excuse to serve a tortilla. Well, I was trying to look for how to make a good tortilla in New York. Not even how to make a good tortilla, how to make an acceptable tortilla that wouldn't make me long for, tortillas back home so much. I mean, masa in Oaxaca is a way of life. Yeah, so this is our little factory in our restaurant. Welcome to Sobre Masa. This is at 6 a.m. This is the corn that we've been cooking, and it's been resting overnight. It's the first real process of the nixtamalization. Nixtamalization is the chemical process where you're cooking the corn with calcium hydroxide, and you're making all the nutrients available, essentially, for the corn. They're all locked in these complex starches, and what the calcium hydroxide does is it breaks it down. You can see how the skin starts to peel off. There's niacin and other vitamins and minerals in the corn, and if you don't nixtamalize it, your body won't absorb those minerals, right? This corn is called maíz bolita, and this one in particular is from Oaxaca. It's one of our favorites. It makes really good tostadas and chips, this yellow one. The whole thing that we try to do here at Sobre Masa is we try to speak about the diversity of the corn as much as possible. So we're not really married to one particular varietal of corn. Today we're doing 3 bags, so that's 150 pounds of dry corn, which will yield us around 300 pounds of masa. But that's a lot for us,
The demand is growing.
Demand is growing. That's good. I always wanted to move back to Oaxaca and somehow be a part of the community. And when I really fell in love with corn as an ingredient and the community behind it, I wanted to have a restaurant that could be a voice for that community. This is our mill. It's made by a guy in LA, Campbell Machines. We hand chisel these stones. The corn will come out of the hole, and the further out it progresses, the smaller it gets. So you can see how it starts big and then starts getting smaller and smaller and smaller. During this grinding process, it's important you're not just grinding it, you're not just making the corn smaller, you're also kneading it, you're also hydrating it, right? So there's a lot more that's going on. You also get a little bit of friction heat, so it actually cooks a little bit as well.
And what is that made out of, volcanic?
It's volcanic rock. So this is a cacao simple. This is corn that's very, very soft. It's actually traditionally used for pozole. I think you've actually bought this corn before. So we're gonna start milling now. Just from Mexico, there's 59 different varietals of heirloom corn. We probably worked with maybe 15. The oldest corn found so far is around 9,000 years old. So that means that we've been hand selecting, hand picking this crop for the last 9,000 years. You know, there's a lot of history, there's a lot of wealth just in that. A lot of the people that grow corn, for instance, I don't think they really value or they don't know the value of what they have. You know, they've had it their whole lives, and we want them to have that pride and be that encouragement and say, hey, what you do is amazing. And look, like, you know, people here are like really enjoying it. We opened in October 2021. Then like, you know, Omicron came, labor shortages, and like a whole bunch of other challenges. But we stay optimistic. What's next, world? So this is also a very important process. It doesn't seem that important, you know, but it's very important because what we're doing is we're incorporating oxygen into the dough. Oxygen makes it softer, kind of like, it's like OxyClean makes your clothes soft. Same science behind it. So we're trying to incorporate as much oxygen as possible into the masa. This corn is so soft, and the tortillas are very flour-like. Masa culture is growing very big in New York. There's a lot of Mexican restaurants opening, and they're all thinking, you know, like, oh, we need to serve tortillas, and you know, where our tortillas are going to come from. So yeah, I think we're kind of headed in the right direction. I think it's only gonna grow from here. So this is our machine. This is how we crank them out. You can see Sita there is making sure it's consistent, the thickness. To me, the perfect tortilla is like 80% the smell. It's like aromas of like popcorn and toastiness. And you really can only get those deep aromas with like a little bit of like the burnt edges from the corners, creamy in texture. But also with a little bit of resistance, a little bit of a chew. You know, nobody likes your taco to break on you.
Also feels your soul, not only your body.
These tortillas, we cook them halfway through the cycle. And then once they're cooked halfway, we remove them because these tortillas get reheated at home. So when you reheat them, they still conserve some moisture.
They can be like different in flavor between the varieties, you know, like the blue one is a little bit more like sweet than the white one. And I think little by little people starting to notice that.
At the end of the day, we started Sobre Masa for very selfish reasons, right? It's because, you know, we wanted to have a good tortilla in New York for us, but now to see other people as well enjoy it and catch on and be like, oh, wow. So that's our biggest motivation at the end of the day is that feedback. At this point of the restaurant in our career, we're more into sparking curiosity, you know, smell a tortilla, right? And be like, oh, I wonder how this tortilla is. And at least spark a curiosity. We're proud of our heritage and we know what we're representing and what we want to represent. And we're just happy to share that.
That's it for this episode of Food Curated. I'm Liza DeGia. Be sure to connect with us on social media and eat more stories. I'll see you next week.